In 1955, Detroit was the center of the gospel world, and 12-year-old Aretha Franklin was its crown jewel. But while the Queen of Soul was being groomed for greatness in her father's pulpit, a secret was brewing behind the velvet curtains of the Franklin mansion, a secret that would be protected by the most powerful men in the music industry for the next 60 years. Today, the candy shop is opening the file on Clarence Franklin, the son the world wasn't supposed to know about, and the mystery of the man who vanished from his birth certificate. Before we get into the receipts, remember, the following content is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The theories and accounts discussed are based on public records, interviews, and historical reports. Any opinions expressed are my own and should not be taken as absolute fact. Now, replay crew, get your notebooks out because the receipts are deep on this one. To understand the cover-up, you have to understand the power of Aretha's father. Reverend C.L. Franklin wasn't just a preacher, he was a celebrity. His sermons were recorded and sold nationwide. He traveled constantly, attracted huge crowds, and became one of the most influential figures in Black America. So when his 12-year-old daughter became pregnant, the people around him had every reason to protect the family's image. For decades, the public was told that a schoolmate named Donald Burk was the father. It was neat and a safe story. But was it the whole truth, or was it a narrative created to shield one of gospel's most powerful families from scrutiny before Aretha's career ever began? Let's fast forward to 2019. The Queen has passed and her family is searching her home. Under the cushions of a couch, they discover several handwritten wills. And suddenly, a decades-old mystery is reopened. In those documents, Aretha identifies Edward Jordan as the father of her oldest son, Clarence. For many fans, it was the first time they had ever heard his name connected to the story. After 60 years of speculation, the mystery surrounding Clarence's father appeared to have an answer hidden in Aretha's own handwriting. But that discovery only raised even more questions. And this is where the story becomes even more complicated. Over the years, rumors have circulated about the Franklin household and the adults who surrounded young Aretha during her childhood. Biographers and historians have documented concerns about the environment she was growing up in. Some have pointed to Reverend C.L. Franklin's controversial personal life and his relationships with women as evidence that the Franklin household was far more complicated than the public image suggested. Those discussions have fueled speculations for decades. Some rumors were even suggested that people within Aretha's immediate circle knew more about her early pregnancies than they have ever publicly admitted. Now, let's be clear. Many of these rumors have never been proven, and there is no verified evidence supporting some of the more sensational claims that continue to circulate online today. But what remains undeniable is the silence. A 12-year-old girl became a mother. The circumstances were rarely discussed publicly, and for decades, the details surrounding her earliest years remained locked away from public view. Was that silence meant to protect the vulnerable child, or was it meant to protect the church, or was it meant to protect one of the most powerful reputations in gospel music? That's the question historians and fans still debate today. This wasn't just a family matter, it was a business matter. Imagine the headlines if the public had known every detail surrounding Aretha's teenage motherhood during the 1950s and early 1960s. Record executives, church leaders, promoters, and industry insiders all had a financial interest in protecting the image of a rising star. Instead of becoming the center of the story, her motherhood was pushed into the background while the focus remained on her extraordinary talent. The strategy worked. The world saw a musical prodigy, but behind the scenes was a young woman carrying responsibilities most adults struggle to handle. The Queen of Soul was building a legendary career while quietly navigating a reality that very few people fully understood. Aretha Franklin protected her son Clarence with a ferocity that only a mother can. But by keeping so much of the story private, she also created one of the most enduring mysteries in music history. Was the secrecy about protecting her child, protecting her family's legacy, or protecting an industry that depended on carefully crafted images? Replay crew, I want to hear from you. Do you think history has been fair to Aretha's story, or are there still chapters we don't fully understand? Drop a lollipop in the comments if you're still processing this one. This file is officially closed.
Welcome to the candy shop, where the glow don't ever stop. I'm serving looks and love on top, and you're the sweet